For the Health and Science Award, this year, Gold Mercury moves to honor a man who stands as a towering central presence in the fight against the epidemic that has come to define our age. The acquired immunodeficiency syndrome is a pandemic that today affects 40 million people around the world, and which has killed over 25 million people since its initial recognition in 1981. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly 4 million people died of AIDS in 2006, of whom a tragically high proportion, about 1 in 6, were children. If these figures are too monumental for proper comprehension, the truth is hardly kinder if we reduce the scale of our inquiry. In the 60 seconds that have passed since I began speaking, 15 people have been infected with the retrovirus that causes AIDS. This year's Gold Mercury Health and Science Award goes to the biomedical researcher responsible for the initial identification of that retrovirus, the all too familiar HIV. When Dr. Robert Gallo came to the world's attention in 1984 for establishing the link between HIV and AIDS, he was already a distinguished figure in the world of virology. In 1979, he had been the first to identify a retrovirus in humans, the human T-cell leukemia virus, which remains one of the few known viruses shown to cause a human cancer. 3 years earlier, in 1976, Dr. Gallo and his colleagues had discovered interleukin-2, the growth-regulating substance now used as therapy in some cancers and sometimes AIDS. And as importantly, the substance that later enabled Dr. Gallo and his group of researchers, as well as others, to isolate human retroviruses, including HIV. And very crucially, it was Dr. Gallo's team that developed the HIV blood test in the early 1980s, allowing healthcare workers to screen for the virus, provide rapid diagnosis, and protect the global blood supply from contamination. Dr. Gallo's research has directly helped physicians to develop HIV therapies that prolong the lives of those infected with the virus. And his discoveries have led to diagnostic and therapeutic advances in cancer, AIDS, and other viral disorders. In 1986, while looking for novel viruses that might cause lymphomas, Dr. Gallo and his colleagues discovered human herpes virus 6, the first new human herpes virus discovered in more than 25 years. Though this virus does not cause lymphomas, it does cause some other human diseases. His 1996 discovery of natural compounds that can block HIV and the progression of AIDS was hailed by Science magazine as one of that year's most important scientific breakthroughs. And indeed, Dr. Gallo was the most referenced scientist in the world during the 1980s and the 1990s. Twice winner of America's most prestigious award, the Albert Lasker Award for Medicine, as well as many renowned international awards, Dr. Gallo is the holder of 27 honorary doctorates and a member of both the Institute of Medicine and the National Academy of Sciences. On paper, then, the career is hugely impressive. But it is in the real world, ladies and gentlemen, that Dr. Gallo's legacy exerts the most power. In the day-to-day involvement of his institute in treating people living with the disease, he has helped humanity understand and combat this disease. In 1996, Dr. Gallo left the National Institute of Health after an illustrious 30-year career and founded the Institute of Human Virology in Baltimore under the auspices of the University of Maryland. His vision for the HIV entailed a unique combination of research institute, large-scale laboratory, and patient care facility, all housed within the same site and integrating with one another in their interest of synergistic advancement. Today, the Institute of Human Virology is leading the world in the all-round study of AIDS and its global impact. And is also heading the fight against hepatitis, virus-caused cancers, and other viral diseases through its endeavors in the field of vaccine development. A particular characteristic of the IHV's radical approach has been its willingness to journey into the field and focus international attention on those parts of the world, namely Africa, the Caribbean, and inner-city areas in the United States that are most severely affected by the HIV epidemic. If those of us in high-income countries persist in viewing AIDS as being a third world phenomenon, we fail not only the test of compassion, but also the test of common sense and basic understanding. AIDS is an indiscriminate killer with a global reach, and it is entirely appropriate to regard the disease as severe and a mounting crisis. In the fight against it, we are truly fortunate to have on our side a virus hunter, as formidable and committed as Robert Gallo. I now invite to accept the Gold Mercury Health and Science Award for 2006, Robert Gallo. Thank you very much.